In this video, I'm sharing some of my favorite low-maintenance plants that look great even with minimal effort. These plant picks are perfect if you want a beautiful garden without constantly weeding, pruning, and replanting. My name is Amy, and over at prettypurpledoor.com, I help home gardeners design landscapes that are uniquely you. So let's get right into this list. First up is Jetfire Daffodil. This is about 8 to 14 inches high and gets 6 to 8 inches wide, zones 4 to 8, and grows in full sun to part sun. Jetfire is a cheerful early spring blooming daffodil that greets the season with bright yellow petals and a vivid orange-red trumpet that really stands out in the garden. It blooms reliably each year with minimal care, tolerating both full sun and part sun as long as the drainage is good. It's got a compact size that makes it perfect for your borders, containers, or even naturalizing in your lawn. It multiplies over time too to create larger clumps. Deer and rodents usually steer clear, making it an easy care choice that delivers a splash of color when you need it most in early spring. Cat's Pajamas Catmint gets about 12 to 14 inches high by 18 to 20 inches wide, grows in zones 3 through 8 in full to part sun. Cat's Pajamas is a compact variety of catmint that delivers vivid purple flowers from top to bottom of the plant. This variety starts blooming earlier than most other catmint varieties. It has that 4 to 6 week period where it looks great and then it will rebloom throughout the season. Its upright, mounded habit stays neat without flopping, making it perfect for front borders and smaller spaces. The foliage is really fragrant. It has almost a minty scent to it. It deters deer and rabbits while attracting bees and butterflies in droves. It's drought tolerant once established, it thrives in poor soil, and it practically takes care of itself once it's established. For effortless color and structure, this catmint variety is really hard to beat. Most catmints are listed as just full sun, but I put part sun here because I found that most of them will tolerate part sun and will still bloom well with at least 4 to 6 hours of direct light. Next up is Palace Purple Coral Bells. This gets 12 to 18 inches high and 18 to 24 inches wide in zones 4 through 9. It does well in part shade to full shade. Palace Purple is one of my absolute favorite varieties of coral bells, or heuchera. It's prized for its deep burgundy foliage that holds color beautifully throughout the seasons. This one is reliable in colder climates. It overwinters exceptionally well and it bounces back really early in the spring, so that's why I really love this variety. The foliage has almost like a mix of glossy and matte finishes to it and sort of a mottled green color coming through with the purple, so it adds this subtle texture and visual interest to your shade garden. While the dainty flower spikes add a seasonal bonus in the spring to early summer, it's really these rich, low-maintenance leaves that steal the show. You can tuck this into borders. It's perfect for underneath shrubs or along pathways when you have that shady situation that you don't know how to deal with. And it works really well for year-round appeal with almost no effort. Next up is Blue False Indigo. This is a taller plant. It gets about 3 to 4 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide, zones 4 to 9 in full sun to part sun. False Indigo is also called Baptisia. It's a rugged, long-lived native perennial with deep, deep blue flower spikes that bloom in late spring and attracts a ton of pollinators. It's got strong upright stems and a bushy habit that makes it a reliable garden anchor with no staking or fuss required. Once established, Baptisia thrives in poor soil and actually dry conditions. It resists deer and other pests. The foliage stays clean all season, and the decorative seed pods add fall and winter interest. It's the kind of plant you can forget about and it'll still look amazing year after year. I really love this plant. Next up is Drumstick Allium. This gets about 24 to 30 inches high by 2 to 4 inches wide, really small footprint. It grows in zones 4 through 8 in full sun. Drumstick Allium produces these striking egg-shaped flower heads that start green and they mature to deep reddish purple as the summer begins. So it starts all the way green, and then from top to bottom, you can almost take pictures of it every single day as it gets more and more pink as it goes down. These are slender, upright bulbs that sway gently in the breeze, and they bring kind of a quirky architectural element to the garden. There's no weird foliage on the bottom of this like other alliums that you will see, so you don't have to really hide it behind other things, even though it is tall and it can be in the middle of a border. The narrow foliage stays really tidy, and the bulbs will multiply slowly over time with little to zero intervention. I've put a couple of these bulbs in, and over time I have clumps that started with 3 to 5 that are now 15 to 20 bulbs just in a small little area. So it's not aggressively spreading or anything, but it just kind of does its own thing. It thrives in dry, sunny spots, and it's rarely bothered by pests or animals. So for a bold pop of color and form with almost zero effort, this Drumstick Allium is really a standout choice. Here we have Elijah blue fescue grass. This is a small grass. It's about 8 to 12 inches high and 12 inches wide, grows in zones 4 through 8, and it really likes full sun. Elijah blue fescue is a compact clump forming grass that adds a really striking silvery blue color to the landscape year round. It's absolutely perfect for edging. You can put it in containers, or you can even tuck it into sunny spots that need texture without any fuss or maintenance. This drought-tolerant ornamental grass needs little more than well-drained soil and occasional trimming to look its best. Honestly, I don't even trim mine at all. It rarely needs dividing and resists pests, diseases, and deer. For minimal effort and maximum style, this grass is a go-to in low-maintenance gardens. I edge a lot of my borders with this just because it's really neat and tidy, and it looks great the entire year. It also tolerates salt and other road conditions, so if you have an area like that, I dump snow on it. It's really indestructible, and it just looks great all year. If you want a low-maintenance garden that still feels polished and intentional, it starts with smart planning. My free guide called 13 Pro Garden Design Tips will help you do exactly that. You'll learn how to create flow, balance, and choose the right plants for a beautiful garden that's easy to manage. You can grab a free copy on my website, and I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below. Let's talk about Arizona Sun blanket flower. This gets 12 to 18 inches high and 12 to 24 inches wide, grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun. Blanket flower brings nonstop fiery color to the garden with these bold red and yellow daisy-like blooms that just keep coming from summer all the way into fall. Arizona Sun is one of the most reliable varieties. It thrives in hot, dry conditions where other perennials might really struggle. It doesn't need rich soil, it doesn't need frequent watering or deadheading. Though cutting it back mid-season can encourage even more flowers, it doesn't really need it. Pollinators love this plant, deer tend to leave it alone, and the plant stays compact and tidy all on its own without any intervention from you. For a big impact with minimal effort, this is a go-to favorite in low-maintenance borders. Here we have Joe Pye Weed, and this variety is called Baby Joe. It says that it gets 24 to 30 inches high and 18 to 24 inches wide, but this plant is actually way taller in my experience, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun to part sun. Baby Joe is a more compact version of the traditional Joe Pye Weed, which is a native plant. This variety, Baby Joe, is ideal for smaller gardens or tighter spaces, with the caveat that it gets a lot taller than 30 inches in my experience. My Baby Joe is about 5 feet high, and over the course of 2 or 3 years, it's expanded well beyond that 24-inch width. So it's not an aggressive spreader or anything like that, but just plan on this plant getting taller than it says and spreading a little bit wider. It's actually a really great plant if you have a little bit of space that you need to fill in. It's got these dome-shaped clusters of purple blooms that attract butterflies and bees throughout the summer like crazy. It holds up beautifully without flopping. Like I said, Baby Joe is a cultivar of the native variety, and it's really just smaller, so you're still getting all of the native benefits. Nothing's changed about the leaf structure or the color or the flower or anything like that. This is deer resistant. It thrives in moist or average soils, and honestly, it requires very little care once it's established, other than maybe cutting it back a little bit if it's getting too wide for you. It's a fantastic way to add bold color and pollinator power without adding any extra work. It's got a really tidy shape, a really tall, really big personality, and it's a standout in any low maintenance design. Like I said, it spreads, it gets wider over time. It's not going to pop up everywhere, so it does need some room, but other than that, I love this plant. It's just fantastic. Here we have purple coneflower. This gets 24 to 36 inches high by 18 to 24 inches wide, grows in zones 3 through 8 in full sun. Purple coneflower is just a real staple. It's a true garden workhorse. It offers months of vibrant color with its bold purple petals and that spiky orange center that it has. This is a native perennial. It thrives in hot, sunny spots, and it tolerates drought. It tolerates clay soil. It tolerates poor drainage. It's got sturdy stems that rarely need staking. And the plant readily self-seeds to expand your garden naturally, but not in an aggressive way. You'll just get a few more popping up year after year. Butterflies, bees, and even goldfinches love this plant, and the seed heads look beautiful left up through the winter. It's one of the easiest and most rewarding perennials to grow, so if you're a new gardener and you're looking for something that'll just grow without any intervention from you, this is where it's at. Try a purple coneflower. Here we have Amsonia, also known as Threadleaf Blue Star. This grows in zones 4 through 9 in full sun to part shade, and it gets about 2 to 3 feet wide by 2 to 3 feet high. Threadleaf Blue Star starts the season with these delicate clusters of pale blue star-shaped flowers in late spring. But the real show with Amsonia comes in the fall when this fine fern-like foliage turns a vibrant golden yellow color. The plant forms a tidy shrub-like mound that adds texture and structure from spring through frost. It requires virtually zero maintenance. It's drought tolerant once established. It resists pests and deer. And it's honestly just a long-lasting, trouble-free choice for a low-maintenance design. It's got beauty and bloom. It's got really beautiful textured foliage and that brilliant fall color. It's pulling double, triple duty in the garden with almost no effort. This is a must-have. I love this plant. Next, we have Karl Foerster feather reed grass. This gets 4 to 6 feet high by 2 feet wide, so it's a very tall grass, but it doesn't take up a lot of footprint in your garden. Grows in zones 5 through 9 in full sun to part sun. Karl Foerster is really a standout ornamental grass. It's got these tall, upright plumes that add movement and structure to any low-maintenance landscape. It starts blooming in late spring, which is much, much earlier than many other grasses, and it continues to look beautiful well into the winter. I leave it up all winter. I don't cut it back until the spring. The tidy vertical form never really flops. It's perfect for tight spaces, for borders, or even modern style plantings you would see this grass in. It tolerates a wide range of soils, resists deer, and it really needs minimal care aside from a once a year cutback in early spring, like I said. If you want effortless height and drama in your garden, Karl Foerster is a grass that's really hard to beat, and it also adds that beautiful movement and just sound to your garden, which I love too. Next up, we have autumn Joy Stonecrop or sedum. This gets 18 to 24 inches high by 18 to 24 inches wide, grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun. And if you haven't heard of autumn joy before, I'm going to introduce you to this amazing plant. It's just a reliable, low maintenance perennial. It's known for its succulent foliage and long lasting flower heads that change from pink to copper as the season progresses. This blooms in late summer and goes all the way through fall until it frosts. The thing I love about autumn joy is just it's super low maintenance. It thrives in poor soil. It tolerates drought once it's established. It doesn't need staking. It doesn't need deadheading. Pollinators flock to these late season blooms, making it a great choice for supporting bees and butterflies. Even after it flowers, the dried seed heads add a really cool texture and structure to your winter garden. It's really just a set it and forget it plant that delivers interest for months, and you basically can't kill this thing. I also have a video on this channel that talks all about how to propagate and divide this plant along with other sedums. So I'll leave that in the description below. If that interests you, it's really easy to do. Plant choice is just one piece of the puzzle. If you want more tips and a few mistakes to avoid, check out my video all about designing a low maintenance landscape. I'll walk you through 13 actionable ideas that make your garden easier to care for without sacrificing any beauty whatsoever. I'm going to leave a link to it right here, and I'll see you over in the next video.